Regeneration of health of workers and development
Vanik banking. You put it with Gmail. iPhone. iPhone can you? What is it? कौन सा सेटअप है देखो ना ये जो बात है 27,000 ना कितने कुछ आजा अमूल डिस्काउंट कितने का है फिर 52 में कितने ये तो बिग बिलियन है जो ये उधर लोग बोल रहे हैं ना जो फंसे हुए हैं हाँ चला बोले उधर ये सब चलते हो जा बैंकिंग ठीक है नेट hello everybody we are continuing with DPSP Directive Principle of State Policy. We are continuing with Directive Principle of State Policy. And we were discussing we were discussing the socialistic principles. Socialist principles up to 39. Article 39 we were discussing, and in that case we are up to socialist principles 38, social order, and 39. Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay, sorry for your disturbance. Just a minute. I was just confusing. Yeah. Okay, just a minute. We are discussing up to DPSP, and I hope you have understood the concept. Just let me send the PPT first. Okay, okay. So 39 we are discussing socialist principles, and you have seen there were many provisions in 39. It aims at providing an egalitarian society or a caste that is without any caste discrimination. That should be an egalitarian society or a equal society. That was there. So in 39A, we have to list it. 39A. In 39A, in 39 small a, you will find lot of provisions. 39A, right to adequate means of livelihood. Right to adequate means of livelihood mm, for all citizens. So that is 39, 39, 39 what? 39 a, small a, and for this purpose the government has launched so many aspects, so many things. Okay, just let me send the PPT first. Okay. Okay, just let me send you PPT, then it will be easier for us to follow. Just a minute. It's sent. So for livelihood, for right to livelihood, government has launched many employment programs. Wage employment and self-employment programs have been launched in the country. There are some certain self-employment programs are launched in the country, and certain wage employment programs like Manrega. If you say it, you call it Manrega. So Manrega is there, and another is there are certain development different types of various employment programs have been launched to give effect to these things. Okay, so we shall discuss what are the steps taken by the government at the time. We shall discuss in a special note. But for the timing, remember that many steps have been taken by the government to provide to give meaning to the peace principles. Okay. So 39A. 39B is equitable distribution of material resources of the community among the citizens, that land reforms and abolition of zamindari system, minimum land holding provisions. So many things in Forest Act, Factory Act, many acts have been enacted, and many provisions are undertaken to in this regard. Then prevention of concentration of wealth and means. So that is also referred to the land reforms and abolition of zamindari, and various subsidies provided to the poor, and that to bring them at par with standard of living, or improve their standard of living, and deconcentration of wealth. So 39B and C are specially treated because in Kesavananda Bharati case, also in other cases they were upheld because they were added in 39 1. In the order 31C it was provided that in case implementation of any DPSP, if any fundamental rights are violated, then it will not be a nullity, it will not be a violation of the constitution. And these DPSPs are 39B and C. So in case 39B and C are implemented, Article 19 and 14 and 19 are violated, but they will not be treated as violation of fundamental rights or violation of constitutional rights. So these principles are given special importance in the political system. Okay, that is also a point to be remembered. Equitable distribution of material resources of the community and prevention. Then equal pay for equal work for one, that has been Remuneration Act, Equal Remuneration Act 1976 has been enacted for this purpose. Okay, and women are treated for equal work. Preservation of health and strength of workers, against child against forcible abuse. So that is also a direction to the state. It will take steps to provide child labor, that is frequent abuse of child labor. Mm, so all these things are there because of the things to give then opportunity for healthy development of children. Then when Poston has been launched, Poston, ICDS, integrated child development programs. So you can see a lot of things have been taken to it. So these six provisions under Article 39 are major socialistic principles. Because they touch the most exploitative part of the things, and they provide protection to the weaker sections by way of giving protection to them under these principles as state is directed. I told you 39B and C are specially considered in this regard. Okay. Now we shall come to Article 40. Article 40. Article 40 is Article 40 is there in Gandhian principle. We shall come to Socialist Principle 39A. 39A was added by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. It was provided, it was enacted or added to give direction to the state to promote equal justice and provide free legal aid to the poor, because India is a country which is the home to largest number of poor people, and the poor people are unable to afford expenses, or unable to afford 2 meals a day for their family, let alone justice. So justice is a very is a dearer thing for them, and they seldom afford it. They seldom provide for it. So the constitution contains this article to provide. For this purpose, NALSA, National Legal Services Authority, has been established in 1987 to do justice to the people in various ways. And local adalats, the cheap, were inexpensive provisions are undertaken by the state to ensure justice, free justice, and legal justice to the poor. Okay, next. 41 is right to work, education, and public work. So, right to work, education, and public work. These are the three rights given in Article 41. Right to work has not become a fundamental right in an Indian constitution. It is a principle, and the state is directed to provide to one and all at least right to employment, which is also implied in Article 21. So, right to work is not, though not a constitutional right, but a fundamental right, but it is a principle, it is a constitutional right in the constitution. And the state is providing, as I told you, various employment for presentation programs are undertaken by the government in this regard. So, there is right to work, to education, public assistance, and public assistance is to be ensured in these fields unemployment, old age, sickness, and disablement. Not only the central government but also the state governments are providing various relief measures, various concessions, relief measures to these sections of the society. Okay, there are old age pension schemes not only at the central level but also at the state level. There are sickness schemes like Aisman Yojana, National Health Mission, and other things. So, a lot of things have been done to give meaning to Article 41. Article 42 is just and human conditions of work and maternity relief. So, for the Maternity Benefit Act, 1961 has been enacted to in this regard, and this act has been revised in 2017, under which maternity benefit leave has been increased from, say, that is I think it is from 16, yes, 12 weeks, 16 week to 26 weeks. So you can also get more idea about this act, and it is a premier act in India which ensures that Article 42 is being implemented in letter and spirit. Just and human conditions by Worker Safety Act, Industrial Act, and there are various steps, legal steps have been there to protect to provide a congenial working environment to the workers. 43 to secure a living wage. That is, you can say that the age which includes both your minimum wage and also expenses for education and health together called living wage, and a decent standard of life, social and cultural opportunities for all workers. Here you can see that socialist principles focus on the sections of workers, children, unemployment, old age. So these are the social stigmas. They are the social drawbacks. These are the factors which create social inequality, or lack of harmony and lack of equality in the society, isn't it? So by doing away with all these hurdles, all these embarkments, the flow of justice can be very smooth. That is why these are touching upon the various weak areas of our social system. So living wage was not there, so many workers were paid lowly, and in order to provide them a comfortable wage, that the constitution provides a direction that they should be provided with a living wage and cultural opportunity for all workers. 43 is quite important. 43A was included by 42nd Amendment Act 1976. participation of workers in the management of industries. And by this you can understand that there is a representation under Industrial Disputes Act or under any other act. There is a representation of a person from a workers union in the management board, decision making board, so he has some say over that. That was why it is there. It was added by 42nd Amendment Act 1976. 47, to raise the level of nutrition and the standard of living of people and to improve health. Raise the level of nutrition. For this you can take POSHAN, ICDS, ICDS Integrated Child Development Programs, POSHAN and other state level programs are being launched, are being initiated, implemented to provide nutritional balance to the undernutrition, poor children. Okay, so these are the example of the socialist principles. You can observe that 39, 38, 39 ABCD, 39A, 41, 4, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Broadly, there are 8 socialistic principles, but a number of principles can see, you must have seen. In case of 39, there are 6 provisions there, and in 41, 41 there are 3 major articles provided under that. Okay, we shall see the implementation part later. Don't worry about that, but try to understand, try to remember the part. What are the socialistic principles and how they are important, how they are provided or distributed in the constitution. So you have seen that socialistic principles are provided to eliminate social barriers in employment, in education, in health, in almost all basic needs, basic needs. So they are not actually irrelevant, rather they're relevant in the context because they touch upon the basic needs of the people. Hence they are called socialistic principles. Then Gandhian principles are based upon the Gandhian ideology and thoughts. Gandhi believed in village autonomy, village republic. Gandhi believes in promotion of cottage industry. With the promotion of cooperative societies. Promotion of interest of the SC/ST. Ban on slaughter of cows. So these are the important things Gandhi touched upon. From ideological point of view, Gandhi was in strong protagonist of village republic, and also he was a strong protagonist of the promotion of rural industries, especially cottage one, and cooperatives, developed in cooperative farming, considering the plight of the poor people and small landholders. He propounded cooperative farming, promotion of interest of SC/ST. He was in favor of SC/ST and he coined the word horizon also. Ban on intoxicants and ban on slaughter of cows. Look at the articles, the math them. Article 40 is about organization of Grama Sabha, Grama Panchayat in such a manner so as to endow them with necessary powers and authority to enable them to function as a unit of self-government. And that dream has become a reality by 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act. Sorry, 1992. Okay, so by 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, the three-tier Panchayat structure has been constitutionalized. And now the village panchayat is a constitutional body because they are organized on constitutional rights and they have been given protection on constitutional protection. They ensure regular election in the panchayats. The panchayat, sarpanch and the panchayat members, ward members are elected directly with some variations. And they have been given adequate powers under Schedule 12. Schedule 11 containing 29 subjects. Everything depends upon the state because the Parent Act, 73rd Act, empowers the state government to do necessary arrangements for the autonomous functioning of these principles. Okay, so there is a mention about village panchayat because Gandhi was a votary of panchayat villages. Okay, the noble them function as a unit of self. Article 43 to promote cotton industry on an individual or cooperative basis in rural areas. Promote cottage industries. Cottage industry are the you can say are the backbone of economy, rural economy, backbone of rural economy. Okay, they are the backbone of rural economy. If they are developed, then they will add substantially to the GDP. Okay, so for that purpose, the various governments have taken various programs, various initiatives taken by the government, and they also help in building a self-dependent society and also that is you can say also okay to provide voluntary permission for it to be autonomous functioning and democratic control of personal and the cooperative society. If you remember, the article was added by added by 97 Constitutional Amendment Act 2011. So what is given 43 free? Cooperative societies. Functions of cooperative societies. Professional management. Cooperative societies are also a factor responsible for strengthening economic base. So, in the initial periods of the constitution, cooperative was conceptualized, and to the surprise of others, okay, to the surprise of others, that is the okay, 43B, and for that purpose, various programs policies have been undertaken by the government. 46. Promote educational and economic interest of the educational and economic interest of SCS and other weaker sections. For that purpose, many things have been done by the state, like reservations, relaxation in the cut-off marks, and also reservation of seats for SC, and OBC in higher educational institutions. Okay, that is there. And hostel, free hostel facilities, exemption of fees, so these are the things are given. Okay, that is Article 46. 47 is to bring about prohibition of intoxicating drinks and drugs. Drinks and drugs. So that can be also part of the socialistic principles. But as Gandhi did a lot of impact importance to the promotion of the interest of the weaker sections, hence it is important. Okay, then prohibition to bring about intoxicating drinks and drugs which are injurious to health. 48. Prohibition of slaughter of cows and calves. So as you can see, there are six Gandhian provisions. We had already made a short note on that. Organization of village panchayat, promotion of cottage industries, promotion of cooperatives, promotion of educational and economic interest of SC, ST, OBC, and promotion or prohibition on use of intoxicating drinks and drugs, prohibition on slaughter of cows. So there are six promotions and two prohibitions in Gandhian principles. Six provisions. Do you remember? Once again, I'm writing organization, Prohibition of slaughter of cows. Alright. There are other principles which are called liberal principles. Liberals aim at okay. So you can see the provisions of also Uniform Civil Code. Uniform Civil Code is still a distant dream, distant things for India now. Uniform Civil Code means one civil code, irrespective of different personal laws, personal codes. Civil code means equal marriage, marriage law, equal divorce laws, inheritance laws, different kinds of laws. They are different. They vary from religion to religion, culture to culture, and your what um, the various culture to culture, community to community. So that is doing away with doing away with mm, personal laws. Means we have different types of personal laws. Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Jains, Buddhists, they have their own personal laws. But if uniform civil code is implemented, it will replace all personal laws and have a same equal set of law or a set of equal laws across the country. But considering the pluralistic nature of Indian society, it is, seems a difficulty in implementing uniform civil code. Few states, one state like Goa and recently Uttarakhand has implemented to some extent uniform civil code. Civil code will be possible in case of people having one set of faith, one set of beliefs, one set of religion. That is easier. But in India, that is not possible because India is home to different different personal laws, and different things. So that has been a debatable topic since the inception of the constitution, and India is yet to have a personal law. Okay, okay. So if you want to know more UCC, we can have this type of things. Okay. So uniform civil code refers to the idea of a same set of civil rules for the citizens, irrespective of the religion, caste, creed, and community. Recently, it has been in news because of the prevalent triple talaq system among the Muslim community and the simmering discontentment among the Muslim women against this policy. It's a secularization of personal laws. Okay, so that is has not been implemented so far. Then 45 is to provide early childhood education and until they complete age of 6 years. That is amended by 86 Constitutional Amendment Act 2002. Earlier that was 6 to 14 years, but the 6 to 14 years of age were now given right to education as a fundamental rights. Hence, there is further direction to the state to take steps and make measures for ensuring early childhood care and education to children below for 6 years. So 45. 48 is modernization of agriculture and animal husbandry. There have been national agriculture policy has been set up. national agricultural policy, and different agricultural programs, crop insurance programs, different yojanas have been implemented in the country, on farming, on seeding, on every aspect of agriculture. There have been, and subsidies are provided to the farmers also in fertilizer and other equipment. So the government is taking possible steps to modernize agriculture and management because India lives in our village. So agriculture is still one of the substantial stay in the economy. It has to be developed and modernized, and it will not only boost the GDP but also provide employment to a large number of people. 48A was added by 42nd Amendment Act 1976. It deals with protection and improvement of environment and safeguard of forest and wildlife. Okay, so it is for protection and improvement of environment. A lot of actions have been taken by the government. We shall discuss it. What are the steps taken to give meaning to Article 48A? But as you know, environment is a quite sensitive matter not only in India but across the globe. So no government, no state can ignore the delicate matter of environment. Then 49 is to protect monuments and places of artistic historical interest and declare national importance. Because it will self protect our heritage, national heritage. A lot of things have been taken. Separation of judiciary from executive and is from administrative peers. So the constitution directs the states to make provisions for the separation of judiciary from executive, so that the judiciary will not be under the bias of the executive, and it will deliver unbiased and impartial justice. Then Article 51 is the promotion of international peace and security, maintain just and honorable relations between nations, to foster respect for international treaties. So India, as the largest democracy, must ensure international peace and security as a providing venture. It should not wage war against any weak nations, or it should not use lethal weapons or other things against countries. It should always try to promote international peace and security. It should not be a belligerent nation. It should be a peace-loving nation. Then India has to maintain just and honorable relations between the nations. And to foster respect for international law and treaty obligations. It is a democratic country. India should not disobey, disrespect international laws and treaty obligations to which India is a party. And encourage settlement of international disputes by arbitrations. So there are four parameters, four implications of Article 51. Okay, so it gives direction, giving shape to shape, isn't it? So you have seen lot of principles in the PSP and their classification also. I hope you have all become comfortable now in this matter. Okay. Now we shall see implementation of the peace. I have noted some relevant provisions that have been undertaken by the government of India and various state governments. But you can add also more relevant and current or recent things in these regards. So look at the things. There have been planning commission and Niti Aayog constituted, also state planning boards. Mm, so these are giving meaning to Article 38, 39 also, abolition of Jamindari, land reforms, imposition on land holdings, cooperative farming, 39, and Minimum Wages Act, socialist principles for this enactment, Payment of Wages Act, Payment of Bonus Act, the Contract Labor Regulation Abolition Act, Child Labor Prohibition Regulation Act, and it is amended 2016, Bonded Labor System Abolition Act, Trade Unions Act, Factory Act, Mines Act, Industrial Disputes Act, Workers' Compensation Act have been provided to various Gandhian and socialist principles. The Child Labor and Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act 1986, that is Article 39 E and F, which provides protection to the children. So, Okay, and yes, Maternity Benefit Act 39D, Equal Remuneration of 39D, sorry. Nationalization of life insurance, the nationalization of 14 lending banks, nationalization of banks, the 38 and 39. Legal Services Act 87, giving meaning to 39. A. Khadi and Village Industry Board, Khadi and Village Industry to strengthen rural economy and to promote cottage industries. Small Scale Board, National Small Industries Corporation, Handloom Boards, Community Development Programs, Seal Area Development Programs, Dot Area Programs, Employment Programs. Okay, that is the things. Next is Wildlife Protection, that is Environmental Protection 48. A. Has lot of provisions have been made. Environmental Protection, Forest Conservation Act 80, Pollution Control Board, National 88, and Water Act, National Water Act, Pollution, Water Pollution Control of Pollution. 1971, under which Pollution Control Board, Central Pollution Control Board, State Pollution Control Board have been enacted. Constitutional status to peerage by 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, also a step, a very unique step in this regard. Citizen Civil Rights Act 1976 and the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989 is a holistic act which gives protect the interest of the Scheduled Caste. National Commission of SC, ST and OBC, reservation for EWS in 2019. So these are the tests for the educational and economic interest of the weaker section. The Criminal Procedure Code separated the judiciary from the executive in the public services of the state. 1973. This is also a famous Act 49. Monuments Act, and you can also see the Archaeological Survey of India, and also Archaeological Survey of India, responsible for archaeological research and the conservation and preservation of cultural and historical monuments in the country. Archaeological Survey. Alexander Cunningham, and Public Wellness Center under National Health Mission or Ayushman Bharat Yojana. So you can see a lot of things in this regard. Lot of acts has been enacted. Lot of acts has been enacted. Lot of provisions have been undertaken by the government. Okay, and though DPSPs are not justiciable, but every successive government are quite conscious about giving meaning or implementing the policies because they are essential in the progress of the country. So whether justiciable or not justiciable does not matter because DPSPs are fundamental in the governance of the country and they are to be executed, implemented if we want a prosperous, progressive, democratic India. So, despite its non-enforceability, many acts, hundreds of acts have been enacted, hundreds of provisions have been undertaken by the government. Okay, so this is the things, and this is the things, and we shall now come to fundamental duties, and then difference. Okay, just tell me few things about fundamental duties. Duties are obligations of the citizens towards the country. They are obligations of the citizens towards the country. They are reminders to the people. People should have a civic consciousness, moral, civic consciousness while living in this country. They should at least have a sense of responsibility towards the nation. They should respect the nation, the national emblems, insignias. But that has not been the case. That has not been the case. Okay. And it was seen during national emergency in 1975 that many cities, many persons were openly or blatantly violated, disrespected the constitution, national emblems, national insignias. The site of very unconstitutional sites were seen in the country. Hence, the Indira Gandhi government brought out an amendment, 42nd Amendment Act 1976, on the recommendation of the Sardar Soran Singh Committee. Sardar Soran Singh Committee was appointed in 1976 itself, also. And the recommendations were very crucial because the government accepted most of the recommendations and enacted 42nd Amendment Act 1976, under which 10 fundamental rights were provided, and 11 fundamental rights were provided by 86 Constitutional Amendment Act 2002. Okay, this is the things. I think we should continue in the next class regarding all these things, and discuss the questions also related to this. So go through the classes time and again. Find some any suggestion, constructive suggestion you can also give. But be yourself. Try to understand the things on your own perspective, and try to explain them clearly and in various certain using certain your personal terms, and try to explain all these things in your own language, in your own words. Practice a lot because you have to remember all these things. Okay, so let me close the class today. In the next class, we shall be starting with the things. Got it? Thank you very much for for viewing us and giving your support. Okay, so we shall in the next class we shall be starting from the question fundamental duties and also the conflicts of the various things. Okay, thank you very much.